Channel 9 investigation uncovered conflict of interest concerns at City Hall. Vi Lyles, candidate for Charlotte mayor and a two-term councilwoman, voted to approve a multi-million-dollar contract, knowing the money was going to a company where her son works.
Why didn't you recuse yourself?
Vi Lyles' son is a project manager at the construction company that received several $1 million to help overhaul the Charlotte Convention Center.
Lyles' decision to support the contract is now raising ethics questions with less than a month before the mayoral election. Reporter Joe Bruno took those questions directly to her today. Joe?
City Council is investing a lot of money into upgrades here at the Convention Center, but one of the companies helping making those changes a reality has the son of Vi Lyles as an employee. The city of Charlotte is planning on dramatically changing the Charlotte Convention Center. Last month, Council unanimously approved a $110 million budget to add a new walkway, more meeting space, and conference rooms. But controversy is surrounding that vote after taking a deeper look at who is working on the project. One of the companies getting a cut is Uptown-based R.J. Leeper Construction. Councilmember Vi Lyles is closely connected to R.J. Leeper. Her son serves as a project manager, and she has accepted at least $3,000 in donations from him and the company's founder. Despite that, she voted to award the contract to the company. Why didn't you recuse yourself from this vote?
Because you can't just recuse yourself from a vote just because you want to. You have an obligation to speak up and vote on the issues that the city has.
The city attorney tells me Lyles didn't do anything illegal by voting that day. The mayor pro tem insists her vote was ethical and says despite working for the company, her son will not personally benefit.
I believe that it was legal. It was in compliance.
But political expert Eric Heberlig says Lyles would have been better off staying away. And just because it's legal doesn't mean it can't be interpreted differently.
You can raise the question yourself about whether it's ethical or not. You should go the extra length to make sure that you've avoided the appearance of misconduct.
In the past 2 hours, the founder of the construction company called me to say Vi Lyles' son will play no role in the project and that his donations were not meant to influence the vote. Erica?
Oh, meantime, Joe, the big question for a lot of people, is this legal? What does the state law say about all of this?
I learned today the city attorney actually met with Vi Lyles about this today. The city attorney tells me the only way this would have been illegal is if Vi Lyles herself would have financially benefited from the vote. Reporting live outside the Convention Center, I'm Joe Bruno, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Joe, thank you. And tonight we spoke with Lyles' Republican challenger Kenny Smith. We asked if he ever recused himself from voting while on council. He told us there are at least half a dozen times he can remember stepping away to avoid even the appearance of a conflict of interest. Here's a list of the projects that Kenny Smith says he recused himself from voting on over the years. Smith used the word disturbing to describe Vi Lyles' connection to the multi-million-dollar contract and told us he would have done things differently.
Do you believe Vi Lyles should have recused herself from this convention center vote?
I would have recused myself. I think the facts behind this are troubling, and I think elected officials should be held to the highest ethical standards.
Now, Smith suggested that this revelation reflects poorly on the judgment of Vi Lyles and believes this now is an issue voters need to consider in the race for mayor. And as you heard in Joe's report, Vi Lyles and the city are saying she did nothing wrong. Joe Bruno broke this story on his Twitter page this afternoon. Be sure to follow him for developments at Joe Bruno, WSOC 9.